Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. It is so cold. And my SI joint is just bothering me like crazy. Can't wait. Still have, 15 days to go before they do my injection. So anyways, we are still working with the Lucky Clover Bundle. We are also going to be using the Brights DSP, last year's Brights, that is, because it was on the clearance rack. And I purchased it, if I could find it to show you. Yes. We are using this one here pattern, and let me reach into this, and this pattern. And to be honest, this is the only way that I could afford to buy some of all of these DSPs is when they're on the clearance rack. So I intend on using them. It just goes to show you what great value. You have to keep checking the website to see what's up there. Absolutely love it. I got one of the Brights, the Subtles, the Regals, and the Neutrals, and I will be using them. I feel they're just as relevant as the ones that are currently in the catalog, just a different pattern on the DSP, but it gives you the same idea. So let's get into this card. This was a card sketch idea from something called Just Add Ink. I saw it, I tweaked it to fit that is what you do with card sketches, and I'm really happy with it. We are going to change a few things. This is my version of their card sketch. I don't know what card sketch number it was. I didn't even go to the website. I just saw it in an advertisement. I'm like, oh, those little strips look kind of cute. I think I can work with this. They were a bit smaller. This was a circle over here, and it was a little bit right here, and I didn't like that. So of course I changed it up, and we're going to change even this up because I'm going to use Very Vanilla. I don't use it very often. So we are going to use it. I'm also going to be stamping this to put this card in a clear envelope. And we're going to be using the Stamparatus. The reason why is because I want a better image of my Clover. And so it gives me a great opportunity to show that off to you. So let's get started, and we will go over what I am using for this card. Well, here is my Very Vanilla envelope, which I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using Old Olive ink. That's the only ink I'm using. A Very Vanilla card base that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have my first piece. My card base is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. First layer is Old Olive, 4 by 5 1/4. My next layer is a piece of DSP, which is 3 3/4 by 5. Then my first strip is 1 by 4 1/2. And my second end, I didn't write down. It's by 4, but I didn't write down that it's 1.5 inches wide. I'm just going to make sure. Yes. So that's 1 1/2. Now for their coordinating pieces of DSP. This one is for the long one. The first piece is 3/4 inch by 4 1/4. This piece of DSP then is 2 by 3 3/4. Now we're going to do some stamping on DSP, but let's finish going over our pieces. We need a decorative circle punch, which I need to punch out of the Very Vanilla. I had it done in the basic white, and I thought, you know, this would look really nice with that Very Vanilla. So we're going to go Very Vanilla. And then we need a sentiment strip, at least 1.5 by 3 inches. Oops. And everywhere there's basic white, y'all, this is Very Vanilla. You can do it either or, but I'm choosing the Very Vanilla. And then we need our strip of Old Olive, which is 4/16 by 3 1/2, and I'm hoping that's 3 It's 3 1/4. It really needs to be 3 1/2. Let me see. I made a boo-boo. It wasn't quite long enough, and I think I will have another strip. We'll just cut one. Just we'll wait until the end and see if I can wiggle it on there or not. So let's get started. That's just in case. Let's see. Well, first of all, I did this as an afterthought on my last, on the original card, was to stamp those little clovers. You know, I love them. So we are going to take this piece of DSP and we are going to stamp clovers all over it. Full strength. Both sides of the paper. And I think I need to purchase a new old olive ink pad. Mine is like over 20 years old. Definitely am going to have to order a new ink pad. That's going to have to wait. So I'm going to go across the bottom, across the top, and then we're going to go one more row on the right hand side. Here we don't need anything, you won't see it. So next is our center DSP piece. And we're just going to go straight down, tap, 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 straight down the middle. That's much better. Tap, 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 tap. Work that ink pad. If it was a foam ink pad, I would have ink all over this block. You'd be seeing Old Olive. So there we have that. Now, let's go ahead and stamp on the inside of our card. We're going to go down the right-hand side here. Much better. And we're going to get our envelope out. And I want to go down. Okay, let's do it this way. I want to go down this side of my envelope. And then I'm going to go here, just right here on that side of the back flap of the envelope. Just a little something on there. You know what? Let's go ahead and do this little clover. We're going to put it in the corner here, just because we can. It needs it. And we're going to do one in the opposite corner. All right, so we have it's almost completely done. We need to stamp our sentiment on the inside, and I love the sentiment. A good friend is like a 4-leaf clover, hard to find and lucky to have. So we're gonna tap, tap, tap. You want to see what I do on this old ink pad of mine. So I twist, 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 tap, 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 tap. Get that ink on there, right? And I'm going to place that right here. I'm going to give it a second because I want a good inking and I don't want to have to fix this card. Let's see what we have. Ready? 1, 2, 3, reveal. Woo! Yes. Now we're going to take our little 4-leaf clover, and again, because this is an old cloth pad, 1, 2, 3, tap, 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 tap up here. Ta-da! Okay, so now our card is ready, but we are not done with what we need to do. Oh, and I have to take the basic white out. Huh! We're not using basic white anymore. I switched it at the last minute. Where is the... Oh, down here. I was like, where's my very vanilla? All right, so let me see where I placed this. This is my Stamparatus. If you do not have a stamp positioning tool, this is absolutely fabulous. I don't use it enough, but it comes with 2 plates that, oh, just the possibilities are endless with this. So I gotta try to move things out of its way. I'm going to put the old stamp case down here, and we're going to ink up, taking the ink pad to the stamp. And now, trying to get this all in camera, I'm going to take it and I'm going to take my dry eraser and I'm going to rub. Good, but it's not good enough. So I'm going to take it. This inner part here really needs some work. So when I go to rub, I'm going to rub on those sections that need work. You could take the sleeve of your shirt or sweater, jacket, and do the same. Oh my gosh. Yes. I think I want to go one more time. Ugh. I love stamping. So let's take the sleeve of my shirt, rub it on there, however you want to do that. Ah, oh my gosh, that is so good. Thank you, Stamparatus. So I can close all of this up. Nope, I can't, because we got to stamp our sentiment. So I think we're going to use the Stamparatus for that too. Why not? I need a little, I want to take off that ink there. Now, if I had my other plate, which is, show you, it's still in the plastic. I'm not going to break that puppy out. But if I did, I could have the next one here. Let me take this off its block. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to put this right here. Show you how this works. Move that. We're going to stamp that in a minute. And my stamp that says Happy St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to lay it where I want it. Now I'm going to close this up. Okay, and it's picking up my stamp right here just by pushing on it. It's picked up my stamp. You can see I had some ink on there. Now we're going to go over this several times. I want a really nice inking. So I want it nice and dark, just like my Clover. It's not where I want it yet, so I'm going to just keep working that. I don't want to take my Clover off until I clean it. Bring in my dry eraser. Rub-a-dub-dub. Ooh, yes. Okay. So there you have it. You can see that's there, but that is nothing to clean up. I just take a little bit of hand sanitizer. And it cleans that all up. And I'm going to lay this actually right there so it doesn't get ink on it. And I will clean that up afterwards. So now we can close this all up. And we actually need it again. Of course, when I close it up, we need it. But where'd my strip go that I just stamped? Oh, here we go. So now we're going to be able to, oh my gosh, that is so good. I just don't use it often enough. So now I'm going to cut this down. I don't need my glue scissors. We are going to cut Happy St. Patty's Day down. Because I want it to be roughly ½ inch. And maybe a little smaller. I can get it just about an 1/16 of an inch smaller. I would be happy, and I can. Yikes. And then I have a strip somewhere of Old Olive. Let's see. Perfect. Yes. Okay, so I have this down. Let me see how many. 1, 2. It's 4/16 of an inch this way. And this, now that I trimmed it, is 2 7/8 of an inch. So I'm going to glue it onto its Old Olive counterpart here. And then we'll trim this Old Olive down. But boy, do I like that. So I'm going to bring that to about, nope. So it's going to be 3 1/16. Nope, it's going to be 3. Okay, so that was right where it should have been. I just needed to trim it. So happy St. Patrick's Day. We need our punch, our clover punch, to get this gorgeous dark green clover, which it's going to show up so beautifully. You see that? It's a little too far up, so I'm going to have to snip this off. I'm going to take it like so, just so it fits in the punch. I'm going to leave that because I'm going to need that as a handle. I'm just trimming that away. And what I mean by a handle is for when this goes in here, this is going to help me. Okay, so now I can line it up in there. Ooh, ooh la la, it's so pretty. And that very vanilla, y'all, it makes a difference, okay? This card, even better than the first one. Okay, so now we can start our assembly process. So, Old Olive, that is 4 by 5 1/4, is getting its counterpart of the Brights DSP, the retired one. And we want the skinny line of clovers on the left hand side, though you could turn it upside down if you wanted to, but okay. And our DSP is at 5 by 3 3/4. Now we're going to glue that onto our card base, making sure that we're gluing it on the correct way and not like this. Defeat the whole purpose. And I never, where's my bone folder? I never crease this. Let's give it a nice creasing. It's a beautiful card. I'm thinking in my head as I'm doing this, do I want to add some ribbon? I think the soft seafoam ribbon would make a gorgeous accent to this card. I'm just not sure where to put it. I'm not a big bow person, but I'm thinking, shall I? Sometimes I just can't help but to think, oh, can I do this? Oh, can I do that? I'm going to bring it out and take a look at it, if I can get it out of my box of goodies. You could also dye it, but I kind of like that soft lightness of it. So let's glue all of our strips together. So that 3/4, ooh, that's pretty too, but this is the same pattern as that, and I didn't want that, so. But it is pretty. So, yes, I'm Old Olive DSP onto an Old Olive piece. I just kind of like that look. Yes, I dare. I do dare. Okay, Yeah, my head is like spinning with ideas because I'm thinking now that this could get a big old bow right here. I'm just gonna lay it out here for a minute. Is that my very vanilla? Yes, it is. It just didn't look very vanilla to me at the moment. Put this right down here. Happy St. Patrick's Day. These are going closer together. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do a bow, y'all. We are gonna do it. Okay, now I do have a bit of a, oh, I know why, because I'm missing the backing too. I'm like, what is wrong with my clover? What is wrong? I am missing an extra clover, and the reason why I'm doing this, make sure you cut it when you do, that your clovers are matching. I did this on my last project. I really, really liked doing this. So I'm backing this, offsetting it some. It just adds that little bit to this clover, and it is making it so much better. So we're going to have that, though we could do it this way, but we're going to have it this way, and we are going to make a nice big bow. And I want to use the bow maker. I want a really nice knot in my bow. And I want a bow, I want a big bow. For some reason on this card, I want a big bow. So I'm going to, you guys have seen me use my bow maker before. My husband made this for me out of an old 2x6. I'm pulling this really tight because I want the center knot small, but I want nice long loops and ties. Well, ties anyways. Ooh, definitely love that ribbon. It is so pretty, and it's just going to add another element to this beautiful card. Just tweaking my loopy loops here, keeping them soft and pretty. Oh, yes. Okay, let's get this glued on. So I'm going to show you how I figured out where to put this strip. Besides next to there, I lined it up on the grid and I put it an inch in from the left hand side. Just trying to help everybody out. If you have a hard time with these card sketches, as I do, they are out of my box completely, but I am learning and I am sharing what I learn. And like I said, I didn't look up measurements. All I did was see a little bit of a picture in a glimpse, and I was like, ooh, let me sketch that down. And I literally did, sketched it on a pad of paper that was in the house because I saw I was eating lunch, and I was like, that looks interesting. I like that. So dimensionals, they were here. I just used these things. All right, back into the box we go. Nope, I put them away. Me and my OCD-ness sometimes. So on this, we are going to put 2 here and 3 here, just so you know what I'm doing. So 1, 2, and 3, and 2 right there. I like the different dimension layers in this, and it works well with this. At least in my opinion, it does. And I love the very vanilla. I just really like this. It softens the card. So from here, I came in, if you look here, that lines up roughly with the 2 inch on the grid. I came in 1/4 of an inch. Just a bit. You can see I didn't get my DSP on there very straight. So there we have it. Next, we're going to hide that all by this wonderful decorative circle punch, and I take these little points and I'm going to lay that on this line, and that is bugging me that it's not straight, but okay. Let's do that. We're going to add 2 dimensionals, and I'm going to do it on this side so you can see right here. And then I'm going to add wet glue right over on this side. And I'm going to flip it over. And I'm centering these points in the center roughly of this strip. Now this is going to go directly glued on. I'm not doing anything strange to it, not bumping it on extra dimensionals. Oops. As I get glue in places it should not be. It's okay, that big clover is going to cover it up. Next we have the Happy St. Patty's Day. And oh, bow actually looks like it should go right there. So it's gonna probably go there, though I really wanted it over here for some reason. I really did. I should have put the stem there. So we'll have to put our bow on there because otherwise it will bug me. So on our Happy St. Patty's Day, we just need 1 right behind the happy. And then we need some glue right here. And gonna do that like so. So I made my own sketch basically using similar parts of theirs. And I'm gonna need to make this a little bit shorter now. So I'm gonna pull my tails together. I'm gonna hold them in between fingers and cut. And then I'm gonna need a glue dot, which, ooh, I have those 1 glue dots that I don't know where they came from, but it's a nice big one. I told you I don't know what these came from, but let's use these large ones because it is quite a big bow. Why not, right? Going to grab that. I'm going to stick it on the back of my, nope, I'm going to fold it over on itself. Then lift it up. Don't pull off me. I want you to stay on. There we go. Oh, I do like it. I even like the bow there. Yikes. Okay, next I have this really large rhinestone in my desk of stuff. I thought to go perfectly there, but now that I have 1, 2, I need 1 more element of some kind on here, and that will be Winkastella. It's not an element, but it will be so lovely on our big shamrock. And this is a gorgeous, gorgeous card. And you can also take it and go like this and get little flecks of stuff all over that gorgeous card. Yikes. Okay, so we have our envelope. Maybe we can find the envelope. Maybe not. Buried, of course. So that is our card. Let me move all of this stuff out of the way. This is the card we made. Ooh, and I don't know if you can see that little flecks of silver on there. But our envelope to go with our gorgeous card. Now this one is going to go into a clear envelope. So let's do some stamping for that one. So we're going to do the same thing. We are going to add our shamrocks along there. We are going to add one here where you would put their name, And we need to add this to the back of our card. I will show you. Oh, gorgeous. It makes every card just that little bit more special. So let's add this. This is, of course, from limited edition. It is stamping up one of their Angel Policy stamp sets. And oh, la 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 la, it's so pretty. So that is my card, my project for today. And let me stick that in there. This, of course, is for the clear envelope. And you have the version in white and in very vanilla. And personally, the very vanilla softens that white up for me. So this is my favorite, but I would love to know what you all think. And I really hope that you enjoyed these videos, and I would like to know what you think of me working on one bundle, one stamp set for the month. I have a few more I'm going to throw in there probably on my live YouTube videos. When I go live, I have different things planned, but I really want to focus on certain stamp sets so you get an idea of what you can really do with them. And it well, I get to really use the products and not just trying to show you everything that's in the catalog. I don't purchase everything that's out there in the catalog. Can't afford it, don't want to. There's things I don't care for. There's things that are not quite my style. But this card sketch business, I'm working on it. Outside of the box there for me. So I hope you come back and visit me in my wonderland. Bye-bye now.